Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. It is a free and easy way to support the channel. Very big thank you to everyone who leaves a comment on every video as well. It does help out the algorithm a lot. We are currently in some kind of a juncture. We're driving. This is driving. But for some reason, everyone is trying to figure out what road that we're going down next. For clarity purposes, as far as like information and where all of this is coming from, if you've missed any of the last month and a half of videos, it's understandable. There's a lot going on. We are currently at the point where, like now, like beginning of now, where we are supposed to begin to start hearing yeses or noses from the US SEC regarding a multitude of different ETFs. There were a lot of them first proposed in January, February, and I want to say like late February. We didn't get many like new application news around March. However, they're finally all coming to fruition. Second, like 3 days ago, I'm bad with time. Apparently, the XRP SEC lawsuit is done. And I know you've heard me say that before. That's because we got the news before that the lawsuit between Ripple and the SEC was definitely done. Cool. And then we heard that something was still pending and that it had to go back to court, or there was something where they were both before Judge Torres and they both said, okay, we want to withdraw our appeal. And then the judge said no, but apparently now, like 3 days ago, it's like official. Like it's now like over. I'm doing a thumbs up because if we hear it in 3.5 weeks that there's still more paperwork that has to be signed, I'm just going to be like, all right, well, just go sign the damn paperwork. The other part has to do with the action. I mean, this is like a sliver of it, but it's like the giganticest sliver that you're ever going to see is the idea of BlackRock announcing that they're going to apply for an XRP ETF as well. That's been a rumor since around February of this year, and it looks like it might not be a rumor, but we're still waiting for that to actually happen. So, on top of all of that, the expectations now are, since the stablecoin bills have gone through, since the lawsuit, I was going to try and put up another thumb with this finger. I was literally going to go like this. Since the lawsuit is officially done and Ripple can officially now legally work with banks, the information about BlackRock and the XRP ETF, and also just the expectations of what's going to happen if we see 17 plus ETFs get approved all at the exact same time around September and October. The price predictions for the cryptocurrency market are completely off the charts. It's not even like remotely, it's not that it's not normal, but understand we are at the point where, and I say it this way, earlier this year, every analyst was kind of mimicking and saying the exact same thing, that by the time we moved into late Q3, into Q4, this is historically when the bull run kind of runs up. And now everyone's expecting for XRP that it's basically going to do the same. At current present time moment, a number of analysts are expecting, and I apologize for the exact numbers, but it's never like a clear-cut number. They're expecting a $5.80 XRP breakout in the relative near future. And I say that relative as in like the 1st of September. So we are sitting on, I was going to say a cauldron. That also doesn't make any sense. Everyone's expecting prices to go higher. Got it. The other expectation is that everything is working out really well for a number of coins and projects right now. Everyone, or the analysts, are telling us that we are going to see $250,000 Bitcoin to $500,000 Bitcoin. If you happened to have missed the gargantuan amount of Ethereum news and all these companies and institutions who are buying large amounts of Ether, people are expecting a $15,000+ Ether over the course of this cycle. And that's also if this cycle even ends up continuing and being what we've previously seen before, because there's another art. I don't have it here. There was an article and it was talking about the echoes of people talking about that we might not see any more cycles after this, that basically anytime that anyone would even think about selling a coin, that those coins would be absorbed by these companies, and therefore any dips would literally be short-lived, is gaining steam. A lot of people think that we are either going to be in an extended bull run, or that it kind of just won't end. We will see incremental 2, 3, 4% movements every month on month. This is the idea. Month on month throughout the market, into infinitum, basically because of this institutional and governmental and everything else that we've been seeing buying of all of these coins. So another analyst has said that apparently, because XRP has been in a symmetrical breakout pattern since November 2024, this person by the name of Ali Martinez, I think the last name is Martinez, has put forth the proposal that, it's a classic technical approach. Once price breaks decisively out of the symmetrical triangle, the maximum height of the pattern from base to apex is added up to the breakout point to determine the potential upside. Of course, we all knew that. That was clear as day. The secondary part is basically he's saying that within, this would be 2, 4, 6, 4, 8, 12, 14. Within the next 14 months, 14 weeks, we should have an XRP at $12.60 according to his numbers. This does lightly line up with everything we've been hearing before. A number of people have said that they're expecting around a $15 XRP by the end of this cycle. The price predictions are ramping up once again. We've been having a lot of Ethereum flippening news, but now there is a substantial amount of energy, nearly, not exclusively, but in this instance, surrounding XRP and Cardano. I don't not know why Cardano is part of this discussion, but apparently Cardano's meant for a good couple of waves of news from ETF things as well in the coming weeks. And XRP is tied up into that as well. A lot of what people are mainly looking for when it comes to Bitcoin and Ether at the moment don't even have to do with ETF approvals. It has to do with like weakening supply on crypto exchanges and basically breaking through brand new heights. A lot of people are talking about in the near future a $7,000 or $8,000 Ether, which would usually be the precursor to like the euphoric stage of the actual bull run. So there's a lot of positive energy, which is very, very nice. The energy doesn't seem too chaotic yet in that we are not hearing $47 XRP, $128 by the 1st of January. This does seem believable, especially if everything we've heard actually ends up coming true. A lot of people are looking to see where the market's going to go, how high things are going to be within the next couple of weeks. We are weeks away. It is no longer like February or March and we're like, well, we'll see by the end of summer. No, we're here. We keep entering these time frames that we kept on hearing about before. And this is essentially the next major one. For those of you who don't know the significance, like this is it. This is the wave that we've been waiting to hit the beach The September and October movements of the markets would kind of completely validate a $300,000 Bitcoin, a $17,000 Ether, that kind of thing. So it seems like things will be going in the right direction. We are still, if you haven't been watching the news, receiving a lot of news and information about tariffs. It is scaring the markets. No one really knows what's happening. A lot of what we are going on has to do with charts that we've been getting from analysts, and also kind of this idea that every 4-year cycle, the year after the halving, the market reacts in a certain way. It's done some of that, but now we kind of are waiting to see if it does the rest. Yeah, $12.60 within 4, 8, 12. Yes, about 12 weeks, not months. I was saying because it's a year. Yeah, very fascinating times ahead. I've said that a number of times before, but this is kind of the main catalyst. We have heard that we have a brand new SEC who's very pro-crypto. Will they allow all of these ETFs to go through? Will the United States start accumulating large amounts of crypto openly in the public? What's happening with all these companies who are announcing that they're buying massive $1 billion worth of crypto every 24 hours? Something big is happening, and the only way to find out is on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day. Morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.